Welcome to Ouch. Was that a ghost? This podcast may contain graphic material, which some listeners may find disturbing. Listener discretion is advised.
Help me.
Now that we covered that, here's your host, Liz.
Welcome back to Ouch Was That a Ghost. Back again is Natty, my co-host of Creep It Weird.
Whoop, whoop.
Thank you for coming on.
What's up, suckers? Oh, I appreciate it. I always like being on. Go check out Creep It Weird.
Yes, no, definitely check out Creep It Weird. We have some good episodes going. We just opened our Patreon, and we have a fun episode on there, and that will be a regular thing. It sounds kind of sad. We have one episode on Patreon.
Yeah,
extra.
We'll get there.
Hey, we're new. We're noobs, but we have our YouTube up and running.
Yeah, we're newbies.
If you like YouTube, you can head on over there and listen there.
Yeah, it's about 30 seconds ago. We're on YouTube.
They make it difficult to set everything up, or we just don't know how to do things. Either or. So today we're going to be covering a swindler.
Swindler? Ooh.
Over a century before Anna Delvey fooled high society, before Bernie Madoff, before Charles Ponzi, there was a lesser-known grifter, a swindler, if you will. I'm going to butcher this. It's French. Therese Humbert. I'm just going to call her Therese, because I'm not trying to do that all episode. Humbert. Because it's not like Humbert.
Hamburger. Therese Hamburger.
Hamburglar for short.
Oh, yes.
She was a woman in the 1800s that pretended to be an heir to millions and got away with it for decades, living in the lap of luxury.
Touche. All right, I got my notepad out here. I'm going to be taking notes on how to pull this off.
There are different articles I got it from. I'm terrible at citing books, so I'm just going to tell you which book I also used. It's called La Grande Therese, The Greatest Scandal of the Century, and it was by Hilary Sperling. All right?
Okay.
He was born Therese Darignac. It's definitely not pronounced. It's definitely like Darignac or something like that.
Darignac?
Yeah. Darignac. Sure.
Sounded right. Darignac.
Into a peasant family. In 1856, in the small village in France, her father, Guillermo Darignac, was a foundling. Natasha's like, why did I come on here?
I'm here for the pronunciations.
Thank you. It's my specialty.
Next time you go, you just be like, I'm doing another French episode. I'll be like, son of a bitch, I'm in.
I listen to them and I can't do what they do with their mouth making the sounds come out like that.
That's what she said.
I feel you with the 1909 that you struggle with. I feel the struggle now.
Oh, yeah.
It's rough. So her father, Guillermo, we're not going to say the last name anymore because that's too much.
It's good enough.
So he was a foundling. He was a child that was like left at a doorstep, you know what I mean? An orphanage or whatever by your parent just because you couldn't take care of him.
A basket baby.
Okay. A basket
Well,
baby.
you leave him in a basket.
It is. It just does not sound politically correct, but yeah, that is what it is. I don't know if it is or not. It just sounds harsh.
It does sound. It's a basket baby. Come on, what was that?
See, what I think of is I think of the Grinch when they left him in a basket and the old biddies got him.
I was thinking of whatever that Bible character is that Moses, was it Moses left in a basket?
Yeah.
Yeah, basket baby.
Oh my gosh.
It could be a dumpster baby. At least they're in a basket.
When he grew up, Guillermo married Rosie Lucy Capella, and they went on to have a bunch of children, one of which was Therese before her passing. Before the mother's passing, that was worded weird. So Guillermo, who enjoyed his wine, as well as me tonight, would often imbibe, and when he did, he would tell people how he was actually of nobility. He wasn't a peasant.
Oh, he's fancy.
And he had a fortune. And he had properties, all this, but it wasn't going to him because he fought with his parents. It's all going to his children.
Well, we know that this motherfucker is out there sipping that wine with that pinky fully extended.
Yes. Patrick Star. Why do I think of like kids shows on every reference? Remember the higher the pinky? I'm so immature. So he would show people some old parchments as proof, and he had a safe, a chest that was sealed, and it was only to be opened upon his death.
It's fucking empty. We all know that some bitch is empty.
Then that's when his children would inherit the family's wealth. Oh, and he would also tell everyone how he was an alchemist, and he would run around with like a sword or stick and say how he could change the weather. So he was eccentric.
I like this guy. I'm fancy and I can change the weather. Hold my wand. Man, it is really coming down outside. I can hear it like crazy. I'm right by the exterior wall. It is pounding out there.
We had drizzling all day today, but we didn't have any storms.
Oh, yeah, it's coming.
Rain is the calmest I am. Like mentally, I'm not anxious. I'm not stressed out. Rain does something.
Energy. It's very cleansing.
It is. I never understood why I loved rain so much. But, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so Guillermo, the guy that you like, in 1874, he died. So the family went to open the chest of wealth, proof that the children were of nobility and all of the land that they were to inherit. They cracked the seal.
Wait, you put all that land in the chest?
Well, the paperwork for it. And inside there's a Lego model scale of the castle they're going to get.
I know that tree. That tree's right there. I can see it.
So inside, when they cracked the seal, do you want to take a guess what they found?
Nothing.
There was something in there.
An IOU.
That would have been better.
Gotcha.
A brick.
Oh, shit. One brick?
One brick.
He didn't even make it super heavy?
Nope, just a brick in there.
Oh, what a slacker. Okay. A brick of Coke? I mean, what are we talking?
That would have been worth a lot more.
I mean, there would be some value. Yeah. Oh, my God.
So this fanciful thinking that her father had seemed to rub off on Therese. As a child, she would tell her friends to put all their jewelry together, so when they met people or got boyfriends, they could trick them into thinking that they were actually very wealthy. Therese, now without that fortune her father had promised, she had to go get a job. So she went to go work as a maid for Mayor Humbert. Mayor Humbert was also her uncle. Well, it was like his wife was her aunt. There was basically it was the uncle, but not, I guess, kind of, whatever. Therese, during her employment, got to know Frederic Humbert, the mayor's son, also Therese's first cousin. And through her storytelling, Frederic became smitten with Therese.
Okay.
I guess you don't have to meet the family, right?
I'm trying not to judge. I'm trying not to judge here. Yuck. Incest is best. Put your cousin to the test. Okay.
So she sold herself as nobility to them, and she was the only heir to a rich cousin who never married or had any children. The cousin owned a castle, she told them, the Chateau de Marcotte, and it was worth a ton.
It was Shat, all right. Is it Chateau? Sorry. Oh, my God.
Oh, my gosh, that just scared me. My cat in the corner. I was like, what the hell was that? Because it was like halfway up the wall. It was just my cat being Spider-Man. Sorry. It convinced Frederic's parents to approve of the marriage, but I've seen others that they disapproved and they ran away and got married. So I'm not sure. Either way, they got married. Frederic was studying law, and he went on to become a lawyer. Actually, this is France. What is that? A barrister, right?
Sure.
They lived a modest life in Paris.
You can put that banister in their house. I am so awful.
In the chateau. Well, not until until she dies. She has to wait for the inheritance. It's not there yet.
Oh, right.
So they lived a semi-modest life in Paris. Frederic would ask, when's that fortune coming in? And Therese would make something up or change the subject. And then she decided to use that inheritance as credit. You know what I mean? Like shopping and be like, hey, I'll get you later.
Damn, girl.
Remember that chateau that's coming? I'll get you back.
Okay.
She started buying the finer things in life, and time passed, and the creditors were like, okay, like, when is this lady going to pay us? And started asking around about the Chateau de Marcotte. And where they were, no one really knew anything about the chateau because they were too far away from it. But when one of the creditors vacationed near the chateau, they went to check it out to be like, let's see this place. And they found out, this is going to be a shocker, that the chateau did not exist.
Oh my God, I can't believe it. Are you sure? Did they look twice?
I'm
Did they
not
look
sure.
under the rock? Did they pull the curtains away?
Did they move the brick?
Yes. Did they look around the tree?
Therese, now cornered and threatened with legal action by her creditors, had to admit to her husband that the inheritance was BS. But I guess he was okay with it. And Frederic, although he was an attorney or a barrister, he didn't make enough money to pay it all back. So he went to his father for help. His father, who was the mayor previously, he was now the minister of justice. So to avoid scandal and shame, the minister of justice just paid everyone back out of his pocket. And then, are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
In 1879, the craziest thing happened. Therese was on a train, and she heard what sounded like someone in distress in the next compartment.
Okay.
It was like a man groaning in pain. So Therese, she pulled this James Bond move. She left her compartment, climbed the side of the train, and entered the other compartment where the groans were coming from.
Why didn't she just walk down the hallway?
I feel like you're not believing her story. Are you not on board with her for some weird reason?
I'm waiting till the end to make a discernment here. Okay.
So she went into where the groans were coming from. There, she found a man keeled over in pain, suffering from a heart attack. But Therese, thinking quickly, took out some smelling salts and saved him. This selfless Therese doing all of this out of the goodness of her heart. Once she had saved the day.
I wish you did video. They can't see the look on my face right now. Okay.
So once she had saved the day and the man was well enough to speak, he told her his name was Robert Henry Crawford. He said he was from America and he was a millionaire. And he promised to one day reward her for all she had done. So he took her name and her address and he went home to recover.
And I owe you.
Yep. This is what she told everyone. I don't think there was any witnesses there, but she told everybody. So, I mean, we have no reason to doubt her.
Oh, yeah, 100%. This is legit.
And then, just as Robert Henry Crawford had promised, he died in 1881, and Therese received a letter telling of his passing and news that now she was his beneficiary.
Okay.
But he did have stipulations. One of them is that his £4 million fortune was to stay locked away until the other stipulations were met. I'm sorry, this part. Robert Henry Crawford had two nephews, one named Robert and one named Henry.
Oh, this is really the artistic ability of this woman is fantastic. I met somebody the other day, their name was John Johnson. And I was like, wow, that's original.
The parents were like,
Yeah.
can't think of anything else.
Oh my God. Okay.
Okay. So one of those two nephews, Robert or Henry, was to wed Therese's younger sister when she turned 21. And that way the fortune could be divided amongst them and it would stay in the Crawford family.
Okay.
And then they were to pay Therese £14,000 a year for life.
Okay.
And until this, all this paperwork and all the documents and the bonds were to be stored in Therese's possession in a safe.
Okay. Let me guess. Her little sister was like 3 months old. It's coming, y'all. It's coming.
She did have a little sister.
Okay. Well,
But,
at
I
least
mean,
it's that.
She met this guy on the train and somehow he knew. That's a little, but.
Maybe while she's, I have a little sister, as she's like giving him the salts. Oh, okay.
So now that Therese was to get this huge inheritance, she could apply for a loan against it, you know?
Oh, yeah, of course.
What is that, J.G. Wentworth? It's my money and I want it
I
now.
want it now.
Therese and Frederic moved to Paris. Well, they lived in Paris. They moved to a different part of Paris and bought this huge house, this luxuriously furnished house. They purchased it all on credit. They made a name for themselves in the area. They were dressed to the nines. Like this lady, if you see pictures of her, she had some giant hats. She
That's
was
not what-
fashionable.
She's got a giant ass. I was like, damn. All right. Get it.
She got a BBL on credit. And she would throw elaborate parties with guests, including like Proust and the president of France.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
And as time went by, people were a little bit skeptical about the inheritance, including an article that was published in the newspaper questioning the existence of the inheritance. But her father-in-law, who was the Ministry of Defense, he defended it, and then Therese fabricated a court dispute because if there was something in the courts, then it had to be true. So Henry and Robert Crawford, a.k.a. Therese's younger brothers, pretending to be them,
Oh, boy.
went to the court trying to contest the terms of their uncle's will, and lawyers were hired, but the judge ruled that their uncle's wishes were to be followed, and Therese was to keep the fortune and documents in the safe until the marriage occurred. It was Robert Henry Crawford's dying wish, after all.
I'm just waiting. I'm just over here waiting.
So Therese, as well as her friends and family, were also borrowing money against the inheritance. Like, it wasn't just her. Okay, so Therese has a paper trail, so some believed that it was actually true. But now she was taking out more loans to cover existing loans, like paying, I guess, the equivalent today to like the minimum on a credit card payment. Like, she'd pay a little here and there, but it was just snowballing out of control. And then Therese started doing these pension plans for rich people and for poor people. Like, give so much now, and then when it's time to retire, you'll make so much back.
Yeah.
So the scandal around Therese started growing. Articles were written about skepticism, and Therese and her father publicly disputed them. One of the French bank officials asked Therese, like, where do you have the funds invested? And she was like, oh, I have them in government bonds. So he worked for the bank and checked, and he saw that this was not true.
Oh.
The creditors did some calculating, and they calculated the amount that Therese owed, and it wasn't anywhere near what she was going to receive. So they decided to sue her, like all of her creditors, and the court heard the arguments, and the court agreed the safe should be open to verify the money is in there, like that she has enough coming in that will cover everything. When they opened the safe in 1901, inside they found some old newspapers.
Oh, boy.
An Italian coin, and a button.
Oh, that tracks. I can afford the world.
Some articles say that a brick was in there as well, so I don't know if that's true or not.
Oh, it probably was. 100%. She might have got smart and put more than one brick in.
But still no coke.
No coke. That's unfortunate.
The swindle affected thousands of creditors and pensions, people that like relied on this money to retire. And by the time all this came to light, the Humberts had already fled, and they were later apprehended in Madrid in 1902. A lot of people didn't come forward out of embarrassment because, you know, wouldn't want to get swindled, especially by a woman.
Oh, yeah, heaven forbid.
She even swindled Matisse, like through his wife. Like they got caught up in the painter.
Yeah.
Because she like worked with Therese, or somehow they got caught up in it too. During the trial, Therese claimed that she was innocent, and she was the victim of usurers. Like the person that lends money at an obscene amount of interest rate.
A loan shark.
Yeah, but that's what she says. She was innocent. It was the loan shark.
Oh, God.
It was the one-armed bandit.
The one-armed bandit.
She was like...
It was the hash-slinging slasher.
I love that. See, it all comes back to SpongeBob. Nosferatu, just flipping it. Okay, so she was like, later I'll tell you where to find the money. This is what she told the court. That she'll tell them later where all the money is. In an article in the Sydney Morning Herald on August 9th, 1903, titled The Humberts' Fraud, it said, quote, throughout, the female accused showed consumable skill as an actress. She was threatening, arrogant, pathetic, and sarcastic by turns. All right?
Man, are we related?
She seems so complex.
Oh, wait. Now we're related. Gotta extend that
pinky up. I like it. Yep. Her husband was like, what? I'm not a businessman. My wife handles all that. Like, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh my God. This just keeps getting better.
And Therese was sentenced to 5 years hard labor. But that was for living like extravagantly for 20 years. 5 years hard labor. I don't think that was really fair considering she ruined how many people's pension and retirement. Like, that sucks.
Oh, yeah.
Her husband also got 5 years. Therese's brothers, who presented themselves as the Crawford nephews, each got 2 to 3 years. And Therese's sister, daughter, and now deceased father-in-law, sorry, I don't know what just happened to my voice, were all said to be victims and not charged. When Therese finished her 5 years of hard labor, she was released. Some say she went to the U.S. She lived in Chicago until dying in 1918, while others say she stayed in France. But Therese Humbert died in 1936, and he was not listed as a widower, which could be a clerical error, or maybe Therese did outlive her husband, especially because she was said to have inherited some money from her brother in 1939, which is 3 years after Frederick died.
Interesting.
Either way, Therese Humbert was a grifter who lived in luxury for decades on the expense of others. I kind of am impressed. But she did use her charisma to run her elaborate scam, exploiting all these people, and she ruined numerous creditors and people's retirements. What are your thoughts now that I'm done rambling?
Dude, she's like a grade A narcissist. I'm impressed. I mean, to get away with that as a woman in those days is impressive. Because most of the time, women were just property, essentially. I mean, you were just whatever. Most of the time, even if you look at articles in the newspaper back then, you didn't even get a name. It was so-and-so's wife.
Yeah, Mrs. John Smith.
Yeah, I'm Mrs. So-and-so. I'm Mrs. Such and such. It was, Mrs. John Johnson. Mrs. John Johnson. And that's the thing, is like they weren't even accounted for the fact that they had any rights or anything. So I'm surprised that she was able to swindle this, because I didn't even think that women were able to take out loans and stuff at such, like, during this time frame.
Yeah, I feel like her husband/cousin was complicit as well, because how else could she have done that? Unless France was different than here on loans and stuff with women.
I mean, I guess that's true.
It's that confidence, though. I could never have that. Like, watching that movie, what is that one with Leonardo DiCaprio where he like fakes his pilot, everything, and just makes it running cons and scams on everyone?
Can't Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah, that's definitely it. But I can't stand that movie because it gives me palpitation.
The trick is you have to believe.
But I don't. My face turns too red. I'm pale or red. So when I get like stressed out or embarrassed, I'm bright red. I'm a tomato.
That's why you just put that concealer on and you just fake it till you make it.
I couldn't do it.
I mean, the trick is acting as if act the part. Dress for the job you want, not the job you have.
And because it wasn't done that much by women, these people were probably beyond mortified, and they didn't want to come forward because, like, oh my goodness, a woman couldn't do that.
Yeah.
You know how embarrassing that would be for a man back then, that a woman outsmarted him?
Oh, yeah. They can't have none of that shit. I'm impressed that she was able to do it and do it for so long without the evidence. I mean, there was no proof. She had nothing but the smoke coming out of her ass.
Right?
That's the part that I think is so crazy, is there was nothing to show for it. Absolutely nothing.
Maybe the brick.
Nowadays, can you imagine being like, yeah, I've got this money, but you can't see it? Yeah. Maybe to throw through a window to rob a bank, but that's about it. I'm very surprised that she was able to get away with what she got away with, and especially for so long. And who the hell cures a heart attack with fucking smelling salts?
Therese?
I guess back then they didn't know any better, right?
The thing is, too, her sister, when she turned 21, that came and went. And she kept on making excuses. Like, she was at the age where she was supposed to marry. What was the guy's first name? Robert and whatever.
Yeah, Robert Henry.
But that came and went and passed, and she just kept bullshitting her way through.
Sometimes the best thing you can do is make another lie, and then it snowballs, and then you just gotta stick with the lie, you know?
But people believed her. It must have been that confidence, or she must have had this charisma about her.
Or just believable enough.
She was rubbing elbows with like famous artists. Yeah, that too. And if you're ever caught, be like, I'm a woman. I'm stupid. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought this brick was $1 million. You mean it's not made of gold?
I have a woman brain.
Yeah, don't mind me. I'm just hysterical this week. That's impressive.
I feel like it should be more well known. I guess there is a mini series on it, and I wanted to watch that. I didn't get a chance to yet, though. And that book that I mentioned goes a lot deeper.
It would be interesting, though, to watch and see how kind of it unfolds. Well, and the thing is, she spaced it out enough to where I feel like that kind of helped her. She didn't do too much too fast to make it completely unbelievable. She spaced it out to where you're like, okay, I can see that. Like, you might have doubts, but you're like, no, that kind of makes sense. What's it on?
But she literally bought like a castle with it. It wasn't like, hey, let me use like 100, whatever. It was just like a straight castle.
Well, go big or go home, I guess.
I can find it on IMDb. I just can't see how to see where to watch it.
What's it called?
Therese Humbert, like just her name.
Okay, well then, why don't you just, if you have a smart TV, you can just search it on there and it'll pull it up.
Oh, is this all in French?
I just watched a Cinderella rendition and it was all in Romanian and I had to use subtitles. And it was fucked up. There was like a full-on wiener. Like, it was a wiener, like rock hard. I was like, what am I watching? Did I like turn into a porno? And the girl was like straight up bent over. You saw all of it. It wasn't like a top view. No, it was like straight on.
Oh my
gosh.
I was like,
yeah, I was like, what is happening?
Have you seen the new season of Ted?
No.
No, when the teddy bear had the strap on, I was hysterical. I almost peed my pants.
Oh, no, I haven't seen it. I've seen previews for it, but I haven't watched it.
You have to watch it. It's so good. I've been on a Jeopardy kick this week.
Oh.
When I get anxious or I just want to like clear my mind, any trivia game show makes me happy.
I might have to try that.
It makes your mind think, so you can't think about everything else. That's why like I play video games, because it's you have to focus on it or else, and that kind of pushes everything else away.
That is a good point. You know what's really hard? I was watching Cuphead. That game's fucking hard as shit. It looks like it'd be for a little kid.
Is that the black and white one?
Yeah. Well, some of it's not black and white, but it looks like it's not all black and white.
I played that with my kid, and I was gonna smash the monitor. It looks like it would be like an epic Mickey, like fun. It sucks. It is so stressful and so aggravating, and I hate it.
Hard. It is so hard.
I don't like it.
Like, me and my boyfriend were playing it, and we were like, nah!
But you should have the ability to beat it.
I mean, we got pretty far. It just took us all night.
I didn't like that game. We tried for a bit. I just got pissed. I'm like, yeah, I'm done. Yeah. I'm going back to Fortnite. It is
very, very, very difficult.
Yeah, I guess that's it. Thank you so much for coming on, Natasha. And remember to check us out over on Creep It Weird. We, like I said, just got the YouTube up and running, which was thanks to Natasha fighting with the...
Hey, we got it done. I am stubborn and bullheaded. It's going to happen if it's going to happen.
She proved she was not a robot to YouTube today, so that was good.
Yep. I'm a real girl.
But yeah, no, definitely check us out over there. We're on all the, wherever you find podcasts, we're there. And we're on all the social media platforms on Creep It Weird. And anything else?
I can't think of anything.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for listening. Thank you, Natasha, so much for coming on. I was going to say, remember to keep Creep It Weird. This is the wrong podcast. Till next time. Bye.
See ya.
Thank you for listening. If you need more content or just want to help support the podcast, head on over to patreon.com and search Ouch, Was That a Ghost? If you need some snazzy merch, you can find it at crowdmade.com by searching Ouch, Was That a Ghost? If you have a story you'd like to share, you can email it to ouchwasthataghost@yahoo.com. You can also find us on Facebook and all the other social media platforms under Ouch, Was That a Ghost?
Help me.
All links can also be found on ouchwasthataghost.com.